like we were kind of poised to really push into even more exciting, more new territory. Once we solved Zindi and figured out all of that other stuff. So I was, shows can stay the same, and that's a good thing, and they can be kind of shaped and left alone, and they can run for 9 years, 12 years, and people love that rhythm. But the way it worked, I think, was great for us, because I feel like we left people wanting more, which is frustrating on one hand, but at the same time, we left on a good note. So he was largely responsible for that. Nice of you to bring him up. He's a good guy, and he's doing all right still. He's working hard.
Scott, real quick, please. So the end of the show was due to the CBS executive not being. Was that what happened? The guy, I don't know.
How much time do we have?
I mean, in a nutshell,
in a nutshell, let's just say that there were so many changes that happened politically at Paramount, at UPN, at CBS, and at Viacom during our little short 4 years. It was amazing. I mean, if you listed it all, you would say, well, that's not possible. It almost seemed like there was somebody out to get us. But so many people were replaced and maneuvered and switched and bought, and there was so much going on. And at the end of the day, as you looked at all the programming that was coming into UPN, we were not part of. You guys were like shaping and a part of that network and kind of the pulse of it, and they went a completely different way. So all of a sudden, there were shows. I mean, who would you compare us with? Who would you put us on the same night with? And they tried for 4 years, and every show that they tried to pair with us was not successful. And that did not help us either.
No.
But we lost all the executives at Paramount,
including McCluggage,
Gary Hart, Jonathan was gone, and then the studio was bought.
And those guys have been there forever, by the way. They were there when Voyager was on, all 7 years.
And huge fans of
Yes, big fans of French.
So you, at a studio, in this day and age, you need to have people that are on your side.
Yeah.
Wearing the suits, and everybody was fired.
Right.
So let go, or however. Jonathan Dolgen was like, he'd come every 3 months and say, "Are you the happiest guy on the planet?" I said, "Why? Because you're the captain of the starship." I said, "Yes, I am. I'm happy. I love it." And then 3 months later, "Are you the happiest guy on the planet?" I'm still happy, Jonathan. But all those guys
they're all left.
Yeah, they were all gone.
So that's what happens.
You got to have people that hang with you. In fact, we were lucky to get our 4th season, to be quite honest.
Oh, so you're saying those people left season 3 then?
Oh, yeah. Carrie was gone season 2, or I think season 2. Gary was gone at the end of, somewhere in the middle of season 4, but he fought for us to get season 4.
Right.
Jonathan was gone somewhere, I think he was, I don't know. It was crazy. It was bizarre.
Yeah.
And CBS bought UPN, and then who was really running UPN, and was it Dawn or was it Les or was it everybody? And then
I heard that Les was anti-Trek. That Les Moonves was anti-Trek.
Oh,
That's
really?
what I heard. That he hated Star Trek. So,
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
He never expressed that to me. He was always, "Aren't you the happiest guy in the world?" Yes, Les, I am. Happy to be working.
Got it. Next question over here.
Hey guys, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, first question, real quick. Outside of your own Star Trek series, what's your favorite? And second, Scott, my friend claims, speaking of musical theater, he swears he saw you in Durham, North Carolina, a certain number of years ago. Can you confirm or deny that?
Well, I did 2 things in North Carolina, so I'm not sure which one it was. I did a musical there in about 1984 on campus at, I get all those 3 campuses mixed up, but I think it was UNC. But so I was there then, and I was also there. My first job ever was in Raleigh and Charlotte. So the Raleigh's and Durham are all kind of together. So I don't know which one it was. That was a dinner theater production, and the other one was a production at college. So I've been there twice. So odds are he's probably right. And the first question, with all due respect, I'm a fan of the original Star Trek, and luckily, happily, I was starting to say earlier that I spent about 4 hours with Mr. Shatner about, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks ago. He's doing a new series called The Captains, where he interviews all the captains. And it's going to be on, it's on Canadian television, the CBC, I guess it is. And we had a ball. We had a ball. We chatted, we rode horses, we ate, we just carried on. And we had the best time, and it was really great. First time I met him, and in all these years, and he's a gentleman, a smart, funny guy. You guys all know this, but it was a blast. It was a real great, and he's my favorite captain. So, and don't tell Patrick I said that. I know that Patrick always says that I'm his favorite captain, so he doesn't. But that was really great. So I love that original show. We were trying and emulate some of their magic, and it's not easy to do. But I love that show.
When will this air, The Captains?
I don't know, actually. You'll have to get Bill on the panel and find out.
I will.
He actually is a producer of that show.
Got it.
He has an answer. I don't know.
Got it. Okay, next question over here, please.
Out of all the episodes in Star Trek Enterprise, one of the most favorite was In a Mirror Darkly. And I was curious, what was it like playing the parallel version of Captain Archer? Because in the regular universe, he's good, he's nice, he's kind, he's charming. And in that universe, he's evil, he's sadistic, he's betraying everybody. And it just curious to me how their society never fell apart from that sort of thing. So what was it like playing him?
So much fun. So much fun. It was just a blast. They play the flip side for everybody to be, nasty little Linda, and just running around and, seducing everybody and sleeping with everybody. I mean, it was a blast. We were laughing the whole time. It was crazy. Great script. Two-parter, actually.
That was another cool thing about it. It was a two-parter.
Yes.
But how did you feel at the end when Archer ended up being killed by the evil version of Hoshi, and Hoshi took the Empire and said, "Not you"?
Loved it. It was just all good. It was all wrong, and which made it all right. And that's the joy of science fiction. You can go those places, and nobody says you can't. It's not right, or that couldn't happen. Well, we all imagine it together and have a good ride together. So it was a blast. Good for Hoshi.
The Mirror Universe is always a fun place to play around with. And also, I just have to say, you were a good captain. Even though your show ran for 4 years, you were still a good captain for the first time.
Thank you.
Question on the right there, please.
You said you're a sci-fi geek.
Yes.
So I wondered if you could hang around here and go to some of the DragonCon events or panels without being mobbed. Is there anything here you'd be interested in going to?
Well, mostly I was kind of running down the list of who's here, and I'm not really getting to see people that I want to see. Friends of mine that I haven't seen Frakes yet. I saw LeVar and I saw Spiner, but I haven't seen Jonathan yet. I saw Claudia Christian's here, and she's an old friend from Quantum Leap days. And that's more than anything. I like to come, and I'm astounded by this whole thing still. That everybody's here and dressing up, and it's a great party, and it's just kind of it's almost impossible to take it all in, but it's overwhelming, but in a good way.